Alright, 33. We've got x squared minus 3x minus 9 times x squared plus 4x minus 6. So what we're going to do is take each term in this polynomial right here and multiply it by that polynomial. So let me rewrite the problem. Putting my x squared out first, doing that term, times this whole thing. So x squared plus 4x minus 6. And then I'm going to take the second term, minus 3x. And then again I'm going to multiply it by this whole thing, x squared plus 4x minus 6. And then I'm going to take the minus 9 and also multiply it by this entire term right there. So x squared plus 4x minus 6. Alright. So we're just going to distribute the x squared, distribute the minus 3x, distribute the minus 9. Let's see what we get. We would get x to the fourth, right? X squared times x squared, x to the fourth. Then I would get plus 4x cubed after I multiply the x squared by the 4x, and then minus 6x squared. You have to be careful with the sign. Make sure you're mindful of the minus sign there. This would be minus 3x cubed minus 12x squared, right? Because you have the x times the x. And then plus, we're going to switch now to plus 18x because we have a minus 3x times a minus 6. Here again, be mindful of the minus sign. It's going to be minus 9x squared minus 36x. And then finally we have plus 54. Alright, so now we have this big, huge mess right there. And I would recommend reordering this and putting all the like terms together. So the x to the fourth is still going to stay out in front. Then I've got this 4x cubed term. Where else, if anywhere, do I have another cubed term? Well, it's right there. So I'm going to put him right here. And then see, I have no other x to the third power, so I'm done with those. So now I'm going to move to the x squareds. I got a minus 6x squared. I got a minus 12x squared. And I've got this minus 9x squared. And now I'm all done with the x squareds. And finally, I've got 18x minus 36x. And then plus 54. So I have now rewritten the whole thing. And I've got all the like terms together. And I think this just makes it more likely that you won't make a simple mistake, even though obviously it takes a little time to do that. I think it's worth it. And now we can just add the terms, right? So I got x to the fourth. I got these two like terms, so that'll be a plus x cubed. Now I'm done with them. I got a minus 6, minus 12, minus 9, right? All the x squareds. And if I take a negative 6, subtract 12, and then subtract 9, what I will end up with, I think, is minus 27x squared. Done with all those. 18x minus 13x, that's just going to be a minus 18x, and then I still have the 54. So, that took about 4 minutes, and there's our answer right there for number 33. Alright, down to problem 35. Here this is interesting because we have three binomials that we want to multiply together. So what I would recommend doing is just forgetting about this last binomial for now, and we'll just focus on this guy right here. And we'll do the same method that we did up here for 33, okay? So I'm going to take x and multiply it by x minus 5. And then I'm going to take minus 7 and multiply it by x minus 5. And for right now, I'm going to forget about the x minus 3. I will bring that guy back in later. So multiply this together, what I get is x squared minus 5x Then I'm going to have a minus. Moving on to this part here, distribute the minus 7. So I get a minus 7x plus 35. And that will simplify to just x squared minus 12x plus 35. Okay. So now we're going to take this one and multiply it. Now we're going to bring back the x minus 3. So let me rewrite this here. I got my x squared minus 12x plus 35. And now we're going to multiply that trinomial times this binomial here, x squared, or sorry, not x squared, just x minus 3. Doing the same thing, I'll just take each term in this trinomial and multiply it by the binomial. So I get x squared times x minus 3. Get a minus 12x times x minus 3. And then last but not least, we're going to have a plus 35. And that's also going to be multiplied by x minus 3. Okay, so starting here, this is going to be x cubed minus 3x squared. Alright, simple enough. Here we're going to have a minus 12x squared. Again, be mindful of the minus sign. This is going to turn into a plus 36x. Now we've got over here this plus 35x. And oh, we got 35 times a negative 3. So what's that going to give us? That's going to give us a minus 90. Sorry. Let me do this up here real quick. I don't want to mess this up. If I try to do it in my head, I'm going to get it wrong. I got a 15 there. So it looks like that'll give me 105. That'll be a minus 105 for that one. And now all I have to do is take these terms and combine them. And they're already all lined up for me. All the like terms are combined. So what I'm going to end up with is the x cubed minus 15x squared. And then I add these two together. I think I'll get 71 plus 71x. And then finally minus 105. And that's the answer for problem 35.